Check 1, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Check, check, 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, Adam, your good volume was right there.
Yep.
I don't want to blare. I don't want to take you out, but I will take you out if I need to.
Check, check, 1, 2, 1, 2.
It is time for day 3 of Lemonade League action. Welcome back into Cooley Law School Stadium. I'm Jesse Goldberg-Strassler, rejoining my man Adam Jackson, who watched himself a wild one last night. Now in game 1, the Lug Nuts had been victorious 10-4. Yesterday it was looking pitching dominated, and then everything broke apart, and it turned into a roller coaster. Let's go back into last night's highlights to go back into how the Locos grabbed their first win in the Lemonade League.
Well, just like they did in the first game, Jesse, they took the lead first. It was a sacrifice fly from Michael Steigels, and that brought in Adam Purdy. He was big last night. Purdy was getting on base 3 different times. You can see that one going all the way out to right field. So that got them on the board, but then the Lug Nuts, they answered right back, and it was a double from Logan Welch. He went down that right field. You see that inside-out swing down the right field line, and Steigels just couldn't get to it.
Now the Locos did recover. They threw out Colin Cornwell at home plate. That ended the inning, but the score was tied.
Yeah, it was tied, and then we had a couple more runs come in that 3rd and 4th inning. See the ball get booted around there. That actually was ruled a base hit because of how hard it was hit, but it was the Locos taking the lead 3-1 to get back in front and really take control of the game.
And then in the top of the 7th inning, this wild pitch unleashed there by Nolan Nolf. That gave the Lug Nuts a 6-3 lead, but in the bottom of the 7th inning, a 4-run rally by the Locos, and it was all capped by Owen Ruddock's RBI single up the middle right through the drawn-in infield. The Locos walked off with a 7-6 win. Adam, 4 runs in the top half of the 7th by the Lug Nuts, and 4 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning to answer for the Locos.
Yeah, it was a really clean and kind of uneventful game through the first 6 innings, and then, okay, here comes the 7th inning where we saw 8 total runs. 4 for the Lug Nuts. It looked like they had gone from, we're not going to win this game, to, okay, we're 3 outs away. And then the Locos, give them credit, came right back. They drew 5 different walks and had one batter get hit in that 7th inning. There were no outs recorded in the bottom of the 7th as the Locos walked it off impressively to come back and win.
The story at the Major League level right now is that nobody can hit. League batting in American League, National League, it's down near 200. But right now in the Lemonade League, we're seeing some hitting, we're seeing some pitching, but by and large, the story has been the wildness. It's been the walks, the hit-by pitches, and the wild pitches helping out each team's offense.
Yeah, we only had combined 11 hits last night. It was 6 for the Locos, edging the Lug Nuts 6-5 on that last RBI winning single from Owen Ruddock. So you're right, it's been a lot of walks, and again, we looked back through the first 6 innings. We didn't see a ton of those walks, but then they came out in that 7th inning, and it certainly made things interesting in Game 2, and now both teams undefeated when they're the home team through the first 2 games.
The Lug Nuts are going to be the home team today, the Locos the road team, but the Locos have the trick up their sleeve. They've got the ace and Jesse Hakenin going to the mound, and we'll give you the full starting lineups when we return. It is time to go through your starting lineups as we are approaching first pitch. Game number 3 in Lemonade League action. The Lug Nuts and the Locos from Lansing, Michigan. I'm Jesse Goldberg-Strassler with Adam Jackson. Here's the visiting team for today's game. It's the Locos, and they'll lead off with their center fielder, Adam Purdy, who has been dynamite over the course of the first 2 games in the league. Batting second, the shortstop, Owen Ruddock, who is yesterday's hero. The walk-off RBI single in the bottom of the 7th inning. Zach Hickey DHs. He bats third in the order. And batting fourth, the cleanup hitter, the Granger cleanup hitter, Cade Preston. Batting fifth in right field today, it's Alex McCormick. Then Ben Compton out of Olivet receives his first start of the Lemonade League. The second baseman bats number 6. Hitting 7th back in the order after a day idle yesterday, left fielder Sean Haddlesey. Catcher Garrett Lanker had the day off yesterday. He plays today and bats 8th. And batting 9th, Brock Henley was off yesterday, back in the order to round things off and play at third base. The man on the mound getting his second Lemonade League start. Adam Jackson, what do you know about Jesse Heikkinen?
Well, he's the junior out of Michigan State, and they'll be heavy in the lineup with the Spartans today as well. But Heikkinen, ERA of 9 right now. He's only faced 5 batters, given up a couple of hits and 1 run. So small sample size. Yesterday, Jesse, we saw with the Lug Nuts, they let their pitchers, the first 2, go for 3 innings. So we should see a little bit more extension from Heikkinen if he's pitching well today.
We'll watch for that. Now let's look at the Lug Nuts starting lineup. And the Lug Nuts will lead off with a guy that we're becoming very familiar with, the Toledo shortstop, Darren Davis. Then Hunter Lay back in the order, second straight day batting second, DHing today. Joey Pawan out of Madonna bats third, and he's in right field. And Andrew Morrow, the Michigan State Spartan, hitting cleanup, Granger cleanup hitter. And at first base, followed by the Spartan left fielder, Zayed Walker, and then Jake Rydquist back in the order. He's at third base. He was so good last Thursday. Drew 3 walks, scored 3 runs. Gabe Sotres, the Spartans catcher, bats 8th in the order, or bats 7th, I should say. Mark Connolly receives his very first start. Out of Lansing Community College, he's at second base. He hits 8th. And that's followed by Jake Badalamenti batting 9th and in center field. The man on the mound out of Wayne State, the right-hander Dustin Renfro, whom we saw in relief his first time out. And Adam, he gets the start here today.
Yeah, and he pitched well in that relief effort, Jesse. Just the 1 inning, but he didn't give up any runs. He did walk and hit a guy, but he also had a couple of strikeouts in that second inning of Game 1 last week. So should have an opportunity to put together some good innings today out of Wayne State, the right-hander on the hill.
So there are your starting 9s. Are there any hitters specifically that you're spotlighting today that you're circling?
Yeah,
saying, watch out for this guy.
Absolutely. Out of the Locos, Adam Purdy set the table yesterday. He's leading off again in center field. 1 for 2 yesterday. He did a lot of different things. He had an RBI. He scored a couple of runs. He walked a couple of times. And when he got on base, he also stole a couple of bags. So I like Adam Purdy setting the table for the Locos. And remember, with him playing as well as he did yesterday, it helped lead the Locos to their first win of the Lemonade League. And on the Lug Nuts side, Jesse, I know I could say Darren Davis, but I'm actually going to go farther down the lineup. A key that we didn't see come through yesterday, Andrew Morrow. Can he show up today? He's in that cleanup spot right in front of his teammate, Zayed Walker from Michigan State. He was 0 for 3 yesterday. They're going to need a good performance from the middle of that order, the cleanup spot for Morrow today if they're going to bounce back and get a victory.
I'm looking forward to it. You know what we haven't seen in Lemonade League play is an extra base hit beyond a double. We've seen 5 doubles, but we've seen 0 triples. We've seen 0 home runs. Right now there's a wind rustling the American flag down the right field line. As they're about to deliver the lineup cards to home plate, the umpires have come out to greet the coaches on each side. For the Lug Nuts on one side, it's Colin Turner. And for the Locos on the other side, it's Pete Romsek. I'm curious, Adam, with how good this ballpark is for hitting, with how great it is, expansive for doubles and triples and maybe even home runs. Is today the day that we'll see that first triple? Is today the day that we see that very first Lemonade League home run?
Yeah, I'm not as surprised we haven't seen the home runs, just because it is a bigger stadium, and maybe that's just because it looks bigger when it's not surrounded with people, obviously, like it is throughout the Lemonade League. They're all out in the outfield, but it just plays big. I'm surprised, though, you're right, that we haven't had a triple, a ball that's ricocheted off the walls out there and gone all over the place.
We'll see. We've got the first pitch coming up. First, though, the national anthem as we step aside. This is Lemonade League Baseball. We are back at Cooley Law School Stadium and ready to go. Glad to have you along with us. I'm Jesse Goldberg-Strassler, accompanied by Adam Jackson. And the Lemonade Leaguers are ready for Game 3 from Michigan State Capitol. Locos will be coming up first as the Lug Nuts group near their first base side dugout. And now they break, and here they come to take the field at green grass at Cooley Law School Stadium. And the Lug Nuts wearing those BP black jerseys with the red slats down the side. Normal seasons for a Lansing Lug Nuts minor league campaign, they would be batting practice jerseys. Not this year, not with no minor league season. No, this year all there is the Lemonade League season. And so they are the regular jerseys for the Lemonade League Lug Nuts. And there's your starting pitcher on the mound for the Lug Nuts here today. It's Dustin Renfro, the Wayne State Warrior. Adam Jackson, for Renfro, you mentioned the last time that he was out there he could not be hit. Showed off good stuff. A little bit of erraticness here and there. What will you be looking for from him here in this first inning?
Well, kind of the theme of this league, Jesse, is just throw strikes. I mean, pound the zone. We've seen at times some of these pitchers just unable to hit the zone consistently. And I know that's just talking basics, throwing strikes, but if you're throwing strikes, there's a good chance you're getting outs and your team's staying in the game with a chance to win. So that's all I'm looking for Renfro. Put the ball in the zone, make the Locos batters go after it, and try and hit the ball.
All right. It'll be Adam Purdy, Owen Ruddock, and Zach Hickey coming up. There are several different ways that you can be watching here with us, whether you're watching our YouTube stream, whether you're watching via Facebook, whether you're watching on any of these different platforms. And we want to hear from you. Send along any shout-outs. Who are you rooting for? Who do you know? You can chat with us throughout these games and send in any questions as well. It is great to hear from you. Well, the warm-up toss is nearing completion for Renfro. The home plate umpire is Mitch Tresiak here today. And the bases umpire is Thomas Burrell. The two minor league umpires back at it and switching. We saw Burrell back of the dish yesterday with the balls and strikes. Now Mitch Tresiak, the native of Charlotte, gets that assignment. Both of them are Michiganders. Both of them minor league baseball umpires. Tresiak the most local, but it just makes sense to give them these responsibilities.
Good to see Thomas Burrell back here yesterday, Jesse. I know we saw him a fair amount of times last year in the Midwest League, and I thought his strike zone was really good yesterday in that second game.
Agreed. Well, now we get to see Mitch Tresiak's strike zone once again. If there had been a Midwest League season, he would be back there calling the balls and strikes. He had worked his way up. Here's Adam Purdy to get things going for the Locos. Adam Purdy has been an effective leadoff hitter for the Locos. Here comes your first pitch of Game 3. And that grabs the outside corner, underway at 7:02 p.m. Purdy stole a couple of bases yesterday as well. When he is reached, he has caused havoc for the other squad as he takes his first cut of this game and spoils it. And Purdy finds himself in a quick two-strike hole. Through 2 games, Adam Purdy has reached 5 times. How about 2 base hits, 3 walks? He scored 3 runs. Lays off the off-speed from Renfro.
Well, I think both guys at the top of the order, again, this is the reason you put players like Purdy and Davis up there, but they have both consistently produced through the first couple of games of this Lemonade League action.
Count still in the pitcher's favor for the 1-2. Hit in the air to left center field and carrying fairly well. But there's Jake Badalamenti to track it down from center. And there's one gone.
We talked about it in the pregame, Jesse, waiting potentially to get our first triple or maybe to see someone hit one out and get a home run. That was one of the best struck balls we've seen. Good swing from Purdy, but Badalamenti with great range out there to track that one down.
And now here's yesterday's hero. You know, Adam, the Locos only had 1 hit in their 4-run rally in the bottom half of the 7th inning, and it was their very last batter of the game. Curveball breaks in.
And what's more impressive, only having 1 hit be your last at bat of the game, Jesse, is they had nobody get out before
That's
that
right.
last hit.
It was a meltdown, the 1-0. And that stayed up. So Renfroe got out in front of Purdy and set him down. Now he's behind Ruddock. There were walks. There was a hit batter. And Logan Buchkowski did not retire anyone. Then he was pulled from the game. He was replaced by John Fantasia, who didn't fare much better. A chopper hit to the shortstop. Darren Davis's throw dug out at first base by Morrow. 2 up and 2 gone. Here's Zach Hickey coming up, number 3 in the order against Renfroe, looking for a perfect top of the first inning. Outfield plays him up into that left-hand batter's box. Fouls away the first pitch. We had mentioned, as the baseball drops 2 suites over from Adam Jackson's broadcast seat, that Hickey in the very first game of Lemonade League play was actually going up there to home plate wearing a mask. Not right now. Renfroe's 0-1. Count is even on Hickey with 2 outs. Nobody on. Just underway and no score from Cooley Law School Stadium. Now these aren't the sweltering temperatures, Adam, that it was, what, a couple of weeks ago. Ground ball shot up the middle. Nifty backhand by Mark Connolly. The plant and the throw to first is in time. That's a 1-2-3 top of the first inning. And the Lansing Community College star made it count at the end. You can put a star next to that one on your scorecard. So Dustin Renfroe, a perfect top of the first. Now we're going to the bottom of the first inning. Jesse Hakinen's taking over. This is Lemonade League action.
Oh, sorry.
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 Ah.
Or.
Ah.
Or.
Ah.
Or.
Ah.
Or.
Ah.
Or.
Ah.
Or. Well, at least your beer's Canadian. That's Lake Law.
Looking for the perfect weekend getaway? Love Lansing like a local. And we promise, you'll love Lansing just as much as we do.
A scoreless top of the first inning for the Locos offense against Dustin Renfroe. And now the Lug Nuts are coming up against the southpaw from Holt, Jesse Hakinen. Darren Davis, Hunter Lay, and Joey Paywan coming up. And there you see the left-hander on the hill. Number 3 on the back, and Marigold on the gem blue. Darren Davis steps in. The first pitch runs in. Ball 1 to the, so far, the highly effective leadoff hitting shortstop for the Lug Nuts. Fastball away, trying to establish that fastball. Hakinen has 4 different pitches. And Adam, he's taking on a guy who's been just as, let's say, he's been efficient and he's been an igniter just like Adam Purdy has been for the Locos. Chops this one to second. Handled by Ben Compton, though. And they keep Darren Davis off the bases. 1 gone.
Yeah, it's surprising we get through an entire inning where both guys come to the plate and neither reaches. Purdy flying out, Davis grounding out right there. Again, they've been really good so far through the first couple of games and important to their team's offensive opportunities.
Now the Lug Nuts DH, Hunter Lay. And that Heikkinen fastball finds its spot. You can see the radar gun lighting up at 94 miles an hour. Hunter Lay, a big guy from the right side with those knees a little bit bent. Watches that fastball miss. Lay an LCC star. Heikkinen finds the inside corner. No need to show off the off speed yet. Establish that fastball first away and now in. Let's see if he goes off speed now. There it is, but Lay took it. At 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hunter Lay attended Chelsea High School. Fouls this high fastball away, and he stays up there. 1 out and nobody on in the bottom of the first inning as the sun shines down. Partly cloudy skies above. Beautiful day for baseball. Curveball gets him, and the tag applied by the catcher Lanker. First strikeout for Jesse Heikkinen at 2 down in the home first.
Well, you could see the confidence in the breaking ball. You talked about it, Jesse. Establish that fastball, but then throw in the wrinkles with that breaking ball, and that was the out pitch right there. Fell right out from underneath the table, and Lay went and chased it. Beautiful strikeout for Heikkinen.
Well, now here's Joey Pewan. This game's still looking for its first runner. That fastball blazed right by him. Adam, you had mentioned in the pregame that we only saw Jesse Heikkinen for 1 inning his first time out. Expecting to see him longer here. Breaking ball down and away.
And that's what we saw yesterday from Coach Turner for the Lug Nuts, letting his first 2 pitchers, Ethan Young and Adam Dorstowitz, both pitch 3 innings.
That fastball's a little up and a little wide. Now the count is in Joey Pewan's favor. From Madonna. And Joey Pewan, through 2 games so far in the Lemonade League, is 1 for 7. Pops this one foul. The catcher Lanker doesn't have a shot, just barely out over the netting. As you see the photographer Mark Hattlesey, Sean Hattlesey's father. Sean Hattlesey is currently patrolling left field for the Locos. No score, nobody on. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Here it is from Heikkinen. That breaking ball's a little bit high. Didn't quite get on top of it. Had him all set up if he could have just brought that curveball down through it. So now the payoff. Fouled straight back as he went right back to that fastball. Pewan stays alive.
Yep, like the way he's mixing his pitches right now, keeping the hitters off balance. And again, he's missed a couple of times with the breaking ball, but he had it on Hunter Lay exactly where he needed it to be the last time around.
This breaking ball is hit high in the infield. Heikkinen right there calls off his teammates and puts it away. And there's a perfect bottom half of the first inning. 1 inning down, no runners for either squad. We are scoreless going to the 2nd inning in the Lemonade League.
When you think about it, there are lots of reasons to buy a new home. And with mortgage rates this low at LAFQ, it's all you need to make your move. Because you may not have the space for anything else, but there's always room for a great mortgage rate from LAFQ. Want a low mortgage rate for your new home? Ask for LaughQ. Stop in today or go to laughq.com/mortgage. LaughQ, your credit union for life.
While the Lug Nuts' actual 25th anniversary will have to wait until next year, you can still purchase a piece of history. Limited quantities of the 25th anniversary bobblehead series presented by Sparrow, Physicians Health Plan, and Michigan Student Aid are available right now. This set features, as you see, Mark Pryor, Noah Syndergaard, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., and Bo Bichette. Now supplies are limited. Order yours online at lansingLugnuts.com. One inning down and no score in the Lemonade League. Game number 3. Glad to have you along with us. It's Daniel Higgins producing today. I'm Jesse Goldberg-Strassler. Adam Jackson sits to my left. We are socially distanced. Adam, I'm glad to be back by your side.
Yeah, I told everyone you would eventually make your return from the IL, and you did so. One day off the IL, and you're back.
Yeah, right? Here we go. Start of the second inning. Cade Preston to get things going, followed by McCormick and Compton. And on the mound, Dustin Renfro with the first offering. Big breaking ball to the outside corner. Cade Preston, the cleanup hitter in this Locos order. Starting first baseman, the 0-1. And right back with that breaking ball through the zone. No balls and 2 strikes. Let's see, does he make it 3 in a row? Looking for a high fastball. And there it is, but too high to tempt him. Wayne State Warrior on the hill. Michigan State Spartan calling out the signals. And the pitch to the CMU Chippewa runs up and in. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, it took us a while yesterday to get the first hit of the game as well. It came in the bottom of the second. So hitless today.
Break even. Breaking ball, foul tip hung on to by Sotres, and down goes Preston. First strikeout recorded by Dustin Renfro.
You said it earlier, Jesse, but the temperatures certainly starting to feel a little bit more fall-esque as we close in on August, just a couple of days away, and it's got to feel nice for the guys out there. Still 80 degrees, the sun's still out, but as we get to the later innings, it cools off nicely and makes for perfect weather for a baseball evening.
It's going to be in the 70s as this game goes on. Alex McCormick, not nearly tempted by that one. Got away from Renfro. Ball 1.
It's the first game that I brought along an extra long sleeve just in case as we wane into those late innings in the 6th and the 7th, and perhaps the home run derby swing off.
You never know. McCormick takes ball 2 outside. Got to be prepared. If there is a home run derby, if the game is tied at the end of 7 innings, Alex McCormick would be an excellent candidate for the Locos, the 2-0. That's called a strike.
I was told one rule when I started with the Lug Nuts last year by Jesse Goldberg-Strassler, and that is the window always is open in the broadcast booth.
Get that window open. That's true. The 2-1 pitch. It's ball 3 outside.
And I wouldn't have it any other way, Jesse. Especially with how beautiful, as you're seeing it on the stream at home, the field looks here at Cooley Law School Stadium. Turf management, grass management is excellent.
Fine hitter's pitch on 3-1. And the fastball up, blazed right past McCormick. Figure he might get another one of those. Alex McCormick in the first Lemonade League game collected a couple of hits. He was hitless yesterday. A 3-2, too high. And there's your first runner. McCormick draws the 1-out walk. Now the Olivet Comet, Benton Compton. I remember, Adam, one of the comments on a chat for the very first Lemonade League game was, hey, we got to hear more of the music. Renfro's first pitch to Compton. Strike one called.
Was it the players that were mentioning they need to hear more of the music?
It was not. And I don't blame people watching, saying, hey, put us right there, and that includes the walk-up songs. With McCormick at first base, Renfro's breaking ball misses inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ben Compton came off the bench in the very first Lemonade League game, had 1 at-bat, and he struck out. He did not play yesterday. And now here he is getting the starting assignment. And batting 6th in the order. Fouls this one straight back, and it's 1-2. Wearing the red helmet of the Olivet Comets, Ben Compton and Andrew Morrow, I think, are our only bearded Lemonade Leaguers. Adam, is there anybody that I'm forgetting? 1-2. Lays off the breaking ball outside.
I'm going to be honest, Jesse, I haven't paid that close attention. I'm going to have to start doing a little bit more research. I'll get back to you on that, but a great beard down there by Compton, no less.
He is Alex McCormick at first base with 1 out. Sean Hattlesey is waiting on deck. Oh, Renfro tried to bring that right through the inside corner. Could not quite. And the count has gone full. Now remember, it was 3-2 on Alex McCormick, and Adam, he overthrew a fastball and walked him. What does he do here, 3-2 to Compton? Here it is. And it's bounced on the left side. Darren Davis to second. 1, Connolly to first. It's a double play. And Renfro gets out of it 6-4-3. Well, the walk erased. Nobody left. 1.5 and scoreless at Cooley Law School Stadium in Lemonade League action.
Every act, every gesture counts right now. Because together, it all makes a difference. And staying committed to the health of our communities is everything. Which is why Blue Cross will remain committed to you, ensuring you can get the care you need with resources like virtual doctor visits and our 24-hour nurse line. You'll have access wherever and whenever you need it. Blue Cross will stay by your side for whatever comes next.
The proud son of an immigrant father, John Hernandez found his own path through a field of smoke. When wildfires threatened communities, John jumped into danger, fighting through fear and fatigue until the fire was contained. John found his fighting spirit in one of the most dangerous jobs in the world, a job few are willing to do. Since 1925, we've proved that it doesn't matter where you come from, it matters what you're made of. Modelo, brewed for those with a fighting spirit.
To the bottom of the second inning, where the left-hander Jesse Heikkinen heads right back to the rubber. Takes on the 4, 5, 6 batters for the Lug Nuts. And it begins here with Andrew Morrow stepping in. First offering from Heikkinen, missing. 2 Michigan State Spartans battling it out. Morrow gets under this one. At a right field, where this should be routine for McCormick. And there's at number 1. That is 4 batters up and 4 batters set down by Jesse Heikkinen. And now will take on a second Michigan State Spartans teammate as Zaid Walker comes up. Heikkinen hits the knees with his first pitch fastball. Strike 1 to Walker. No, Zaid Walker so far is hitless in Lemonade League play. He's 0 for 6 with a couple of strikeouts. A lot of power, and it takes ball 1 up and away. So far against Hakenin, it's been a ground out, a pop out, a fly out, and a strikeout. A 1-1. Did not get good wood on it. In a shallow right center field, and it falls for a base hit. Purdy gets it in. The first hit of the game, and it's Zaid Walker's very first hit in Lemonade League play.
Well, you just mentioned it, trying to get that first hit, and sometimes it's not all about getting the solid contact. It's about finding the gaps in the defense, and that's exactly what Zaid Walker did. Purdy was playing pretty deep and out in straightaway center, and that one falls in, and now you've got a runner on for the Lug Nuts.
And here's Jake Rydquist. A Grand Valley State Laker takes ball 1 outside.
This is a lot of what we saw yesterday, Jesse. Just pretty good pitching, good defense, and a low-scoring game for 6 of the 7 innings.
There goes Walker. The pitch is outside. Throw down to second base is late. And Zaid Walker is a stolen base for a second consecutive game.
Well, that's why he's important getting on base, because he can swipe those bags, get into scoring position, and now multiple opportunities for the Lug Nuts to cash in.
Jake Rydquist first. That missed a little low, and Hakenin wanted that call. I wonder, Adam, if Garrett Lanker catches it cleanly, does Hakenin get that call? It was very close. It looked to be right there at the knees over the plate. Well, 3 balls and no strikes, and a hitter with a very good eye on Rydquist. There goes Walker. The throw down is late and high and knocked up high out of the air by Henley. All the while, I believe that the count on Rydquist, that was ball 3. 3 balls and a strike now on the Lug Nuts batter. He walked 3 times in his first Lemonade League game. And he takes a called strike 2 here with the breaking ball.
How about the confidence of sending Walker to get second and then taking third as well? Swipes his way and now 90 feet away.
Here's what I wonder. First, the payoff. Rydquist goes down on strikes. Hakenin put him away with a fastball. Strikeout number 2 for Jesse. Adam, here's what I think. I don't know if Zaid Walker was sent or if he was simply running by calling his own number.
That's what I'm saying. The confidence that he had to go twice and get there both times. Impressive stuff.
They put Hakenin into a bind. But he took care of Rydquist, and now again against a Michigan State teammate. He throws to Gabe Sotres. And he gets out in front of him. Fastball for strike 1.
Basically listen, this is my first base hit of the Lemonade League. I'm going to take advantage and go ahead and swipe second and third and get in the best scoring position for my teammates.
That's right. Well, no score. Potential first run is 90 feet away. All the while, Sotres spoils a good curveball. Is it early to have single-game Lemonade League records?
Not at all.
So yesterday, there was player after player after player who stole 2 bases. Andrew Morrow did it, Darren Davis did it, Adam Purdy did it. This one's too high. That gets away from Lanker, and here comes Walker speeding home. 1-0 Lug Nuts. How disappointing is that for the Locos? Jesse Hakenin is thinking, I'm nearly out of this mess. Not at all, and it's Zaid Walker stealing his way to third base that put him in position to score.
Yep, and that's why it's so important he gets on with the base hit. Stolen base, scores on the wild pitch.
Sotres spoils that one foul. Stays 1 ball and 2 strikes on the Lug Nuts catcher. Here's the 1-2. Hide outside. Hakenin looks to be reaching back at him for that something extra. Sotres chops towards shortstop where it's handled by Ruddock. Thought at first beats him by half a step, and the inning is over. But the Lug Nuts score the game's very first run. Zaid Walker reaching base on his first base hit in Lemonade League play. A steal, and a wild pitch brings him in. It is 1-0. Lug Nuts lead as we go to the third.
Sparrow Medical Minute, the latest health news and information from Sparrow, Mid-Michigan's healthcare leader.
I'm Cheryl Fritz here with Hillary Taransky, physician assistant with Sparrow Occupational Health. Employers are concerned about how to keep their employees healthy and make them feel safe as they return to work. How does Sparrow Occupational Health help?
So Sparrow's goal is to be a partner in health with the local employers. We've developed a program to help make sure that they can return back to work safely. This includes an online screening tool as well as the availability for Sparrow staff to come on site and help with screening. Occupational Health also offers COVID screening. This includes the nasal PCR swab as well as the antibody testing. We can evaluate employees that are ill and give guidance on when they can return back to work safely.
Where can people get more information on this important topic?
They can call Sparrow Occupational Health at 517-364-3900.
Very helpful. Thank you so much.
Medical Minute, brought to you by Sparrow. For health, for care, for life.
I was born and raised on the river. It's the only life that I know. And they say, River Boy, hey River Boy, you got any fish there today, River Boy?
Ready for the third inning in Game 3 of Lemonade League action, alongside Jesse Goldberg-Strassler, Adam Jackson with you from Cooley Law School Stadium. Thanks for tuning in tonight to watch the Lug Nuts and the Locos. 1-0 Lug Nuts after the base hit by Walker, a couple of stolen bases, and a wild pitch later. He gets the Lug Nuts on the board first. It's actually the first time that the Lug Nuts have scored first in any of the 3 games. Now pitching with a lead is Dustin Renfro as he begins his third inning of work. Bottom third of the card, due up Sean Hadalsey, Garrett Lanker, and Brock Henley. The 3 batters in those bright blue Locos uniforms. Hadalsey didn't play in last night's game, so his first at bat this week. Junior out of Albion and went to high school at Ann Arbor Skyline, east of here. He's ahead 2 balls and no strikes. Well, Renfro so far has allowed a walk, but that was nixed thanks to a double play started by his shortstop Darren Davis. Also had a strikeout to begin that second frame. He's behind 3 balls and no strikes to Hadalsey. Again, these last 2 games, today and yesterday, have been much different than Game 1, where we saw pretty much substitutions after every inning. 3-1. And that was mostly on the mound, Jesse, where we saw pretty much a pitcher come out, try and get the 3 outs. If they did so, great. If they didn't, either way, next inning we were seeing a new pitcher. That just nabs the corner, and it's full, 3-2. Now that we've settled in and we've got 5 straight games, these guys are getting to pitch and go a little bit lengthier, like an actual game.
Well, that's the big key, is the 5 straight games.
Payoff pitch. Hit hard at the shortstop. Off one hop, Davis, 1 down.
It was a good job there by Renfro, getting right in on the hands of Hadalsey as well.
So now it's Garrett Lanker. Bottom 4 in the order for the Locos. Didn't play in last night's game. That's Compton, Hadalsey, Lanker, and Henley, all getting an opportunity to play tonight. Remember Lanker for that big open stance. And a good pitch from Renfro for strike 1.
Adam, the big key for the Lemonade League, the purpose, is to get these guys games to play, baseball to play.
The 0-1. Good off speed, drops in. It's 0-2.
They all had their college baseball season cut short. It is so difficult in any sport, but specifically here in baseball. These guys all want to develop, all want to keep on getting better and better as a baseball player, and it's tough to do that when you're not playing.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Well, Lanker was fooled on that one. 2 outs.
That is a beauty of a breaking ball. Look at that curve. And there was nothing that Lanker could do.
So that's going to bring up Brock Henley, 9th hitter in this order. Renfroe trying to complete a perfect frame. Up high with the fastball. Henley out of Davenport, a freshman on the Panthers squad. They're Division II out of the GLIAC here in the state of Michigan. You hear the wind whipping as ball 2 floats in.
Adam, you know we were expecting to have the GLIAC postseason conference tournament held here at this ballpark, and it just never happened because of the pandemic.
There's a fastball in for a strike, and a lot of GLIAC representation. And we've talked a lot about how Saginaw Valley State has the most representation in this league with 8 players. Grand Valley, Davenport. A lot of representation for guys that were hoping to be competing for that conference tournament championship. Off the dirt, it's 3-1. And Davenport, remember the program that moved up. They were in the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference, NAIA. And then in 2018, that's when Davenport made the move, promoted to the GLIAC. And they've actually held their own, done pretty well, making that jump up to Division II. Kevin Tidy, the head coach for the Panthers baseball team. And one of his players, Brock Henley, earning a walk to keep this inning alive. Just the second base runner. The Locos with 2 walks, still waiting that first base hit against Dustin Renfroe, and a good candidate to get it. Adam Purdy coming back up for the second time. Made pretty good contact in his first at bat, sent it deep out to Badalamenti in center before it was caught. Check swing is a strike. 1 for 2 in last night's game. RBI, couple of runs scored, 2 walks, and a couple of stolen bases. Center fielder back in the leadoff spot again tonight. Good speed and a good eye at the plate.
Adam, watch out for Henley trying to steal second base.
Swing and a miss, strike 2.
He's getting those happy feet over there, but after this, with now Purdy down in a 2-strike hole, I might just say to his teammate, it's all yours. But he's been working on trying to time Renfroe.
Well, and again, why not when you watched what the Lug Nuts utilized to get their first run of the game with a couple of stolen bases. Flied out of play. That was Zaid Walker. Gets the base hit, still the lone base hit in this game. Then swipes both second and third within a couple of pitches. Then takes home on the wild pitch. And that's the difference in this game. Oh-2 from Renfroe, and we've got a balk. So a balk called there on Renfroe, and Henley moves to second.
That's the first balk in the Lemonade League. And that's Renfroe thinking a little bit too much about the base runner. It's a mental lapse.
So no need to steal that base. Henley in scoring position now with 2 outs. Good block by Sotres.
There's the replay of the balk. That just moved Henley into scoring position. A great chance for the Locos to tie up the score.
1-2. Hit hard through the right side. It's a base hit. They send Henley. He comes in to score with ease as the throw's cut off, and we're tied at 1 thanks to the RBI single from Purdy.
Adam, there's a miscommunication on the right side of the infield, and I wonder if Andrew Morrow realized at the last second, maybe I should have broke to my left and not to my right. He went to his right to try to track that ball down. He's looking at the baseball. He's looking at the second baseman, Connolly. I wonder if Connolly has a shot. But as it is, that baseball was scalded.
And this is the first game in the Lemonade League that it hasn't been Van Acker at second base for the Lug Nuts. It's the first time we've seen Connolly out there. Hard hit. Davis goes to first, and it's in time. So after the RBI single from Purdy to tie up the game, the ground out to Ruddock, and we move to the bottom half of the third, tied at 1 at Cooley Law School Stadium.
I make decisions about money. I can earn and save. I can spend and donate. I'll spend my money well. Education and hard work set me up to excel. It's a recipe for success. Should have thought about that, I guess. Money lets me share. I better prepare. Saving's a good lesson to learn. 'Cause a penny saved is a penny earned.
Teach kids how to earn, save, spend, and donate. Visit chachingusa.org.
It's time for today's LaughQ trivia question. Let's take a peek and see what today's is. How many Midwest League All-Star games have the Lug Nuts hosted? Is it 2, 3, or 4? That's A2, B3, or C4. How many All-Star games have the Lansing Lug Nuts hosted? To enter your answer, go to www.milb.com/Lansing/fans/contests. Correct answers will be entered to win awesome Lug Nut prizes such as autographed items, giveaways, and more. So if you know the answer, go online, answer it right now to put yourself in the running for some great Lug Nuts prizes. Bottom of the third at Cooley Law School Stadium, tied now at 1 apiece. Mark Connolly, Jacob Badalamensi, and Darren Davis, 8, 9, and 1 for the Lug Nuts. Connolly with the strike to his name after that swing he couldn't hold up on. Hankinen fires low. The run for the Lug Nuts coming after the base hit from Walker. And then Henley scoring after the walk. Hit hard, diving stop at third by Henley. To his feet, and the play made. Excellent grab over at third by Brock Henley for the first out of this inning.
Adam, this required every facet to be on point for Brock Henley. Here's a check of that replay from Henley. So this baseball is scorched to his left. He's got to get over there. Now he's got to get his footing. And from that point, it's to show off the arm, getting it across the diamond accurately and on schedule. He did every single bit of that right, and he needed every single bit of it.
Excellent play from the Clarkston native to get that first out. Now it's Jacob Badalamensi that's up. The Wayne State Warrior working against the Michigan State Spartan. We're even 1 ball and 1 strike. Hankinen hitting 94 on the stadium gun here at Cooley Law School Stadium.
It's different for a left-hander. If you're a lefty and you can throw in the 90s, that's special.
Breaking ball stays up. No doubt about it. And again, mostly righties on the rosters in this league. No surprise. So stand out a little bit when you throw from the left side. He got some heat. Hammered high in the sky. Purdy waits, inches forward to make the second out. So 8 and 9 put away, now back to the top for Darren Davis. Davis joining the Central Michigan representation out of the Mid-American Conference from the Toledo Rockets. Plays for Rob Reinstedel, who's in his second year leading the Rockets. And he has been good as Davis in this league. 1 ball and 1 strike. And even so, we've talked a lot about his bat, Jesse, but defensively he's been very good at shortstop. Turned the lone double play earlier in this game. And it started with his great turn to second. Overall, he's just been really solid.
I mean, you go back to the first couple of games, he and Van Acker combining to turn 3 double plays in the first 2 games.
And he's got himself a 3-1 count. And again, no Van Acker out there today. He's out there with Ben Compton, and no problem turning that first double play opportunity. Or, excuse me, out there with Mark Connolly to turn that first double play opportunity in the second. Whacks this one on the ground. Gets under the glove of Preston and into right field. Tough play there for Preston. Kind of had to backhand stab and lunge at it. We'll see what they decide to go with on hit or error. It's a hit.
You know what I think made that a hit? I think it's the fact that Andrew Morrow going a far ways to his right, even if he grabs it cleanly. It's going to be a close play at first base with the pitcher covering.
That's a strike poured in delay.
Adam, I remember there was a play like that, Lansing Lug Nuts baseball Midwest League season. The first baseman bobbled it, and pitching coach argued the exact same thing. Said, even if the first baseman gathers it, you mean the pitcher's going to beat the batter over there?
Yeah, not likely.
Not with Darren Davis running down the line. And the left-hander out there on the mound falling off to the third base side.
Lugnuts were gifted with some great defensive players at first base. They didn't have many mishandles last season. Quick throw back to the bag at first. Nice lunge there from Preston to keep that one from getting towards the tarp, as you see, just beyond the first base line.
Like that we're looking right over third base coach Colin Turner's shoulder.
Flied out to right. McCormick coming in and snags it for the final out. So the Lugnuts leave a runner stranded. Davis after the single, and we remain tied after 3.
A new day dawns and we greet it with gratitude, thankful for the heroes on the front lines taking big risks daily to keep us safe. We at Dean Transportation stand at the ready with them, supporting our communities in their time of need. We've been delivering food and medical supplies, volunteering our time, and boosting morale to keep spirits high. Our passengers may have temporarily changed, but our commitment to transporting your most precious cargo has never wavered. Dean Transportation, working together, delivering the good.
All right, it's time to play everybody's favorite game, The Bus Stops Here, brought to you by our terrific friends at Dean Transportation. Jesse, I know you. Take it away with the play-by-play. Here we go.
Bus started in the middle. Now are you still following it? Because they'll shake them to the left. They'll shake them to the right. They'll dance them together. You ever do any square dancing, Adam? A little do-si-do? Little promenade to and fro? It's like watching infielders and how you got to work together in rhythm. Is your eye still on that hat? Bet you some of these baseball players with a hand-eye coordination, they know exactly where that Dean Trailways bus is. But do you know, is it 1, 2, or 3? Make your choice. It's cap number 3, and there's your Dean Trailways baseball cap shuffle.
Well played, Jesse. No, I don't think I've ever square danced with a Lug Nuts cap on my head. I'll have to try that out. That was The Bus Stops Here, brought to you by our terrific friends at Dean Transportation. 3 innings complete. We move to the 4th, tied at 1 between the Lug Nuts and the Locos with Jesse Goldberg-Strassler, Adam Jacksa on the live stream tonight. We'll be back tomorrow and Saturday, and then an afternoon start on Sunday. Every game at 7 o'clock outside of the Sunday matinees that'll be played at 1. Happy to have you alongside with us to check out some Lemonade League action. Here's the Chippewa, Zach Hickey, that stands in. Dustin Renfro breaks his bat. Bouncer to Conley, who makes the play. And Hickey will stop, pick up the barrel of his bat, and go ahead and bring that back to the dugout. That thing soaring over Morrow at first base.
Well, how about the footwork of Andrew Morrow? Because the bat landed right in front of him, and he needs to go to the bag, right? He needs to get over there to receive Connolly's throw, but he first let the bat land. The bat bounced by him, and then he took his position at the bag to receive the throw.
Now Cade Preston inside, ball 1. You know, if Zach Hickey needs to choke up in his next at bat, he can probably just use that same bat. He just lost the handle. The rest of it was still in fine shape. 2-0 on Preston, his college teammate.
Just don't get any splinters.
Yeah, that's right. You got to wear the batting gloves if you're going to use that thing over again. Okay, Preston struck out in his first time up. 3 balls and no strikes.
The fun thing is when the camera shoots directly past the batter and you can see it at the Locos third base side dugout, you can see the great image of a masked Luggy.
There's strike 1.
So all of these players, you see Renfro out there on the mound, no mask. And the batter, Preston, no mask. But if you're in the dugout, you need to mask up. And to remind all the players, they printed out signs with the Lansing Lug Nuts little mascot masked.
Look out down towards the bullpen area. That jump started a couple of the Locos that are getting some warm-up and soft tosses in. I think that's Christopher Smees out there that's going, hey, trying to hit me. I'm trying to warm up. Payoff pitch. And the breaking ball stays up and out.
No kidding.
And Preston had to duck in towards the plate. That one just getting away from Renfro. You talk about the masking, Jesse, also with the national anthem. I mean, the protocols are all there here in the Lemonade League. First, the players, when they enter into the gates, they get a temperature check to make sure they're all right, all wearing masks as they enter, typically a couple hours before game time. And then for the national anthem, they're spaced out 6 feet apart when the players are out there on the field looking at the flag. This one's flied back towards us, off the window to our left. My computer is safe. That's all that matters, right?
There is history there.
Alex McCormick, how dare you try that? And Jesse Goldberg-Strassler has, unfortunately, faced a foul ball off the computer screen before. 1-1.
You know, you wouldn't think it, but it turns out the computers are not built to catch foul balls.
No, that's what your hands are for.
Not my hands. Maybe yours. I tried. I was a pretty darn good 8-year-old baseball player. But then I peaked.
2-1. You know, something like that wouldn't happen in Michigan. Only something like that would happen in the state of Ohio, right? Down in Dayton. Is that where it happened?
That's when it happened to my broadcast partner. But to me, Adam, it was in Michigan.
That's unfortunate.
Great Lakes Loons in Midland.
You know, I was trying to give the Lemonade League some props here in Michigan State Capitol, right down the road, but it did happen here.
It was a peculiar year because of the first 5 days of the season, 4 of them were snowed out. And the one game that we played, a foul ball wiped out the computer.
Speaking of foul balls, that one hits off the gate to enter into the field of play behind home plate. Remains 2 balls and 2 strikes on Alex McCormick. On a GVSU, 0 for 3 in yesterday's game. Did score a run and had an RBI as he walked And that last inning, what a last inning it was. Full of fireworks for both sides as the Locos took home the 1-run win. Swing and a miss. How about the changeup on that pitch from Renfro?
It died. There's all sorts of great names for changeups over the years, but one of my favorites is Dead Fish, where it comes out of the pitcher's hand and it just stinks all the way up to home plate. There was nothing that McCormick could have done.
Interesting time to take out the starter, but that's going to be it for Dustin Renfro as Cullen Turner has taken the ball from him. And Jesse, we've got a new man on the mounds.
Cameron Marnin, the right-hander, coming in out of Lansing Community College at 6'3", 200 pounds, and a freshman. We saw him pitch last Thursday in the Lemonade League opener.
What do you think with the change there? Just
pitch count.
Yeah. It's a righty on righty. Would have been a righty on righty either way, but I think you're right. You don't want to overthrow these guys, especially in a league that, it doesn't really count towards anything. You're just out there trying to get reps and play the game, continue to get better as these guys hopefully prepare for another college season or potentially to get to the next level.
Look, I love this performance here today by Renfro. 3 2/3 innings, he allows only one base hit. That was the hit that drove in the only run against him so far. Adam Purdy's RBI single last inning. Beyond that, we did not see good contact. We saw him break bats. We saw him strike out 3 batters. He did walk 3, but he scattered the walks. All things considered, he can be proud of this. And the other thing that he did real well, Adam, what do you make of the fact that the only out in the air against Renfro was the very first batter that he faced? After that, every other out came on the ground or was a strikeout.
Yeah, he was excellent. Outside the walk and the balk that led to that run. And that's where we're at right now, tied at 1 in the 4th, with Ben Compton getting set to face Cameron Marnin, Lansing Community College star. He'll come in with Preston still over at first base. Again, if you're just joining us tonight, Game 1 last week went to the Lug Nuts 10-4. And in a wild 7th inning last night, the Locos bounced back with a 7-6 win. Tonight, we're deadlocked at 1. There's strike 1 to Compton. And again, last night, 4 runs scored in the top half by the Lug Nuts of that 7th inning to take a 3-run lead, answered by 4 runs of the Locos to win by 1. All after the Lug Nuts came into that 7th inning down multiple runs. Or down by 1 run and taking the 3-run lead. So it flip-flopped back and forth, half inning to half inning, until we finally had the winner. Swing and a miss, 1-2 on Compton.
5 total runs had been scored in the first 6 innings. And then each team scored 4 runs in the final inning. Just wild.
Jesse, I know you weren't here, but I know you caught the finish. It was a crazy one at that. Taking off for second is Preston, and the throw goes into center field, backed up by Badalamenti. But a swipe bag for Cade Preston, and he's in scoring position. And this is how the Lug Nuts pushed across, the Locos, how they pushed across that first run. They had their runner move up to second. Now, it was a balk that got him there, but still got in scoring position, and then the run came. 2-2. In on the hand, slicing down the line, foul.
Here's what they're doing. And Lemonade League baseball has been marked, I would say, by a lot of really good aggressive base running, putting pressure on the other team's pitcher. Adam, we started off this broadcast talking about how there just haven't been that many extra base hits. Well, a walk and a steal is effectively a double. And that's what we're seeing is the stolen bases are turning walks and singles and hit by pitches into doubles. Or Zaid Walker getting on with a single, stealing second and stealing third. So basically a triple.
Just 5 extra base hits so far in this league, all doubles, and that won't result into a base hit as it's strike 3. Compton going out of the zone to try and get after it. Through 3.5, tied at 1 between the Locos and the Lug Nuts.